Hey there, welcome. Thank you so much for buying this tutorial. Over the next couple of hours, we're going to be taking you through a variety of fashion looks from start to finish, all the way from the planning stage through the shoot and all the post-processing. We're going to be covering 4 main looks. These are kind of the main looks that you need to know to get going in fashion. We're going to show you how to create beautiful images and retouch them flawlessly. So we're going to start with the first look we're going to have is the test look. You can see this over my shoulder here. These are all of our mood boards for the shoots we're going to be doing. What we're looking for is to get a really clean image. We're going to light these perfectly so that they look fantastic right out of the camera. You don't have to do a lot of processing to them. Then we're going to move on to our portrait images, where we're going to look at how we create these really nice shallow depth of field studio portraits using strobes. And then again, we're going to cover the retouching and how we're going to actually add to the depth in the images through techniques like dodge and burn. Then we're going to move on to our editorial looks, which you see over here. So those are going to be a little bit more in depth. They're kind of an extension of the test looks. We're going to talk about how you plan an editorial, how you gather your team, how you find great models, and then of course we're going to be shooting this and retouching it. And then finally, we're going to be looking at beauty. So obviously beauty, really big part of shooting fashion. Definitely requires you to know your lighting, also know your retouching. So we're leaving this to the end because basically once we kind of get through the retouching on all the other ones, you'll have some of the foundations that you need to tackle retouching and beauty. And we're going to go into some advanced techniques to show you how to create beautiful beauty images so that they look flawless in the end, but still realistic. So we've broken this tutorial down into a number of parts for you. This way you don't have to watch all of the hours of footage that we have to try and find the pieces of information you need. Like I said, we're going to go through these individual looks, and within each look, you're going to be breaking it down by specific sections of that look too. And once we get into the retouching, it's the same thing. We're actually going to break down the retouching into specific problems or techniques, so you can just jump to that technique when you need it. So in addition to the video portion of our tutorial, you're also going to get an interactive iBook that you can use as a supplementary guide. So in that, you're going to have a list of must-have gear that you'll need for this shoot, the things that you need to look for in a studio space, as well as lots of other information. And this is going to be a great resource for you to take with you on the day of the shoot to help you out throughout the day. So in addition to all that, we're also going to have an audio podcast where I talk about how I built my business, how I price myself both on the fashion photography side as well as on the retouching side. We're going to talk about different markets, building teams, and all that kind of good stuff.